Welcome, this is where nerds come to learn things. If it's your first time here, click on the subscribe button and on the bell icon to get notifications about new videos. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy it. Right, let's see what's in the bag. I'll try and keep these videos interesting if I can. Make sure you watch. Might do something quirky. Maybe. Right, what's in these? So, some more noise suppressor things, little ferrite chokes. I'm not quite sure what size these ones are. I think they're probably about 4mm, by looks of that. And what's in here? 3.5mm. So here we go, this is slightly smaller ones as well, 3.5mm ones. I'm just trying to get all of the common mode noise out of my whole system. You know, I've got all these cables everywhere, I've got low voltage cables, I've got mains cables, I've got power boards, I've got all sorts of stuff everywhere all over this shelving on next to my bench here. And it's generating a lot of noise. If I have my scope and I touch the probe tip with my finger, I get, you know, a volt of noise, right? So if I'm doing work on test gear and I'm trying to narrow down faults which are potentially low noise, it's a bit hard. So when I'm trying to do repairs, I'm trying to get my filtering sorted out. I've already got some filtering on things, but I'm just trying to up my game a little bit and put some extra filtering on, like these narrow ones here. The problem is because there's so many switch mode power supplies now, and every little thing here is running switch mode in the camera, right? It's running a switch mode power supply. All these things are generating noise. So I just opened up these two things on Mailbag, and I didn't have my microphone turned on. Oh, it's an impact driver. You can turn it and it goes the opposite direction, sort of thing. Different bits. So there's been lots of times I've had stubborn bits of test gear, you know, screws rusted in or something like that, and you just need to give it with a whack. And you're struggling away with the screwdriver, trying to get the thing to go without slipping, that sort of stuff. And I thought, well, I'll get one of these. I've been meaning to get one for a while. And the other thing I got was this UV torch. Yeah, don't look at it. Don't look at UV. It takes 3 AAA batteries. I opened up just now. Anyway, so that stuff is used with this UV curing adhesive. Alright, now we're going to this one. What's in this one? Now the microphone's turned off. It's this little angled adapter, I suppose you could say. So you put your screwdriver or whatever on there, and you can hold that and you can get into a tight space with it. There you go. So you can do that and it will spin in. Alright. So if you've got to get in a tight space, you can do it that way. Right, let's see what's in this one. It's a little pin driver. Alright, so it's basically a little mini drill. It's a little chuck on there as well. 3-jaw chuck. If you need to do a little bit of work on something minor, there's some little bits in there. I've actually got a little drill bit set in my drawer there, so I'm not going to open this up now. But you can just put those in there and just a little hand drill. You know, if you need to enlarge a PCB hole or something like that, you only get the big electric drill out and try and find the bits, or try, you know, or find a bit doesn't grip in the jaws of the chuck because the chuck's too big for the drill bit. So you need a little pin device thing like this. Really handy little thing to have. I've been meaning to get one for ages. I did have one some time ago. I don't know what happened to it. Right, this just arrived. I think I know what it is because it's from David Jones of Balcombe Hills, Australia. You might recognise that name. I might have spent a bit of money on something. Dave was recently doing a special on a piece of test gear, and I basically couldn't pass it up. And I've looked at other options for this particular piece of gear, and I know I can get one locally from like Tech Technologies. Rob, I know he sells one as well, but it didn't quite have the resolution that I wanted. So this is a little bit different. It's similar. I do like a sticker, eh? No bullshit packaging, certainly is. HVP70 high voltage probe. It's actually a differential probe thing, right? So high voltage differential probe. Now, the reason I chose this one, it does divide by 10, divide by 100. Right? So divide by 10 for me is the resolution I need. I mean, you can get other probes that do 100 or 1000 kind of resolutions on them. But I'm trying to measure low voltage, very low signals. So for me, this resolution was more suited to what I was trying to achieve. Depends on what you're doing. I mean, you know, some people might want the other one, you know, the higher 1000 volt ratio, you know. But in my situation, this is what I needed. So it comes with some attached probes, little spring clip ones, looks of it. The hook probes. Yeah. And actually attached to it. These kind of loser things, I suppose. Nice silicone leads. Rubber boot. Rubber case around it, so if you drop it, it should bounce a little bit instead of breaking. Obviously it takes, so you plug it straight into your scope. It's got a trimmer there for compensation, obviously. Offset adjustment. You get a little snack pack, little treat to eat. That says eat, Joe, eat. See? See that? Joe, eat. Obviously I'm taking a piss. Don't eat those. I'm pretty sure it's not good for you. And a pack of batteries as well. So I'm actually surprised it came with batteries. That's pretty cool. So you can get started straight away. I'm not going to do anything with it right now, but I will be at some point. I'll probably do a review on it, maybe. I should do a review video on it. Figure out to use it and do a review video on it. Sounds like a good plan, doesn't it? Have a quick look at the manual. I'm not going to read it out to you. I'll just stay still so you can freeze the video. You can read it yourself if you like. A lot of stuff I do is low voltage, but sometimes you do want high voltage work. You know, you do want to like probe around on a switch mode power supply or something like that, or some kind of high voltage source, and you're worried about overloading your scope input. You know, so and you can't ground it. Sometimes if it's a isolated supply like a floating rail, it could be a problem. Anyway, so basic specs. Awesome. I'll play around with it at some point. But, watch for that video when it comes up. I'll do one. That'll be good. Oh, I'll lift that bit out. That's always a missing bit. Always missing a bit. This is probably parts for this thing here which I'm working on. I've been doing some diagnostics on this, and I've ordered a selection of parts which may or may not be required. If I don't need them, and I don't need them, that's fine. But I'd rather have them on the off chance that I do need them, so I've got them when I actually get to that point. There's a precision resistor for a different project. What do we have here? AD706, LM339, LM358D. Cool, that's one of the ones I think I need. HCNR200-300E. Now these, I know I need. Okay, I've got to blow one of these. I'm sure of it. TL074CD, 74HCT14D. Right, so lots of op amps and stuff like that. And these, I think there's a inverting Hex Schmitt triggers or something. Is that right? Is that what they are? That's what those 14s are. So yeah, op amps and opto isolators. These are fairly expensive things. These, well, relatively, I think about $7 each or something. But these are all parts which I need for this project just here. Right, this has arrived. Let's see what's in there. It's from LM14. I can tell that much. let's have a look. Got some back ordered stuff. LM339 back ordered, but I've got a few that arrived, so that's okay. So I actually got some there. 74HCT14DR Hex Schmitt triggers. I think they're inverting Hex Schmitt triggers, aren't they? TL072CD JFET Op Amp. HCNR200. That's 000E. Supposed to be 300E. Anyway, I've got different ones. Anyway, I've got some others over here. So that's a Op Amp, Opto coupler. TL074CD Op Amp. LM339 Comparator. LM358D Op Amp. And IRF540 Mosfets. These are what's in this power supply sitting right here. All these are parts which this may need. A couple of things here. Let's see what we got. Start with a small one. So these are little press down heatsink pins. I got these because in theory I need them for my computer. If I replace the CPU, there's a good chance I might need some of these. There's actually a possibility of doing an upgrade, but I might need these for the heat sinks because apparently the clips get a bit fragile from heat and stuff after aging. I might try to take the heat sinks off and then it'll break. Alright, so I need to make sure I've got this. Apparently I was it for this. Some part of it, I think it was some processors or something, some heatsink bridge next to the processor or something. Anyway, I can't remember now. But I got those because I needed them, so nothing overly exciting. Let's see what this one is. Try and get into it. Come on. It's obviously from LM314 or Farnell, we want to call them. I'm going to LM314 website, so I suppose you could say it's LM314. What the story was that? Was that Farnell bought LM314 or LM314 bought Farnell or something like that? Or did they merge? Or I can't remember what it was now. I did read something about it ages ago. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. Get rid of that rubbish. And what do we have? Right, so it's a bunch of 2N2907A transistors. Okay, how many things inside this packet? Right, transistors, small transistors, little TO92 package kind of thing, right? How many reckons in there? Guesses? Come on, put your guesses in now. Where's the end gone? There it is. Oh, how many do you reckon now? Still guessing? How many now? It's getting smaller and smaller. Okay, now how many? Right, there you go. There's one there. There's five. 5 of them. Right, now this transistor here, picked up a metal case first rather than legs in case it is static sensitive. 2N, say 297A metal package, as you can see there. Alright, now these are used in this power supply which is sitting right here, the Agilent 3646A. It's also used in the other variants of the same model, like it's at 47A, 48A, 49A, I think the other ones, something like that. Anyway, it's used in there, and I've got one which I'm suspicious of. I've been poking around and I'm doing some troubleshooting. You'll see a video on this when I release it. I'm not sure if that video will come out first or if this video will come out first. I don't know. I'm doing a live stream on this weekend, but you'll see the live stream before you see this mailbag video, so there's no point telling you about that just now. Anyway, that's a part for inside it, if I need it. I'm just suspicious about one. So I thought, right, I'll get some stock, and then I'll be all good. I'll definitely be okay, because at least then I've got some parts to replace. There's a few of them in there, so I'm just not sure yet if it's a problem or not. It might be fine. I've tested it, you know, as far as like probing and things like that. It seems like it's okay, but it's in a circuit I'm suspicious of, so I've got some anyway. So this thing here arrived, and I know exactly what it is. It's fairly heavy, and I purchased a whole roll, well, a large roll of more matting like this. I purchased a whole roll of anti-static mat for my other lab I'm setting up, which is going to be for doing IRF work. I've kind of got it set up here at the moment, but I'm trying to simplify the setup here and things like that. And I've got another room I can now use. I didn't have that before, and so I'm moving my excess gear into that room and that sort of stuff to try and create more room in here because it's a bit cramped. Anyway, so this is an anti-static mat. Now, I actually ordered, there's a seller on AliExpress. He had a 2m by 60cm roll, and I purchased 2 of them. So what he's actually done is he's sent me 4 meters of 60cm roll, right? So it's 4 meters long apparently. So he said, is it okay if I send you 4 meters? You know, as a one piece. It's like, yeah, sure, that sounds great. So that's what it's done. So it means that they can actually probably give you the length that you want. So you can probably, you know, buy it from him and say, hey, I want 6 meters, and they'll probably give you 6 meters in one roll, which could be quite nice. That way you don't have any joins or anything like that, you know. So I'll chuck a link in below for this. So make sure you go and check that out if you're interested in some anti-static matting. So anyway, we'll open it up and have a little look. Well, at least partially open. I don't know about fully opening it. Could be a little bit tricky to get into. Depends how well packaged it is. Right. Try and unroll it if I can. So here's still a bit tight. Okay, there it is. Wow. Packaging something else now, let's just cut it. I'll have to cut this bit out of the video, aren't I? It's taking ages. This is certainly quite a mission getting out. Wow. Okay, so that is a backing which is on the mat. It's very similar to one I've already got, looks of it. I don't know if it's heat resistant. I guess I could fire the iron up and have a look. So yeah, it's basically exactly the same as the one I've got here. Looks identical. Let's turn the soldering on and see if it actually melts it. It's always a nice test. Yeah, 310. Right. Will it melt? Well, no, not really. It is being affected by it slightly, but it's not too bad. Back. Yeah, that's all right. That can withstand it. You know, if you accidentally touch it with an iron, you know, do that with it. It's fine. It's not too bad at all. I can live with that. Better than other ones I've tried, which actually melted as soon as you touch it with the iron. Right, let's see what's in here. OS, so it could be capacitors, could be something else. So what do we have? Oh, some more of these. Okay, because I forgot I ordered these. Right, these are HCNR200-300E. I've got a whole bunch of these now. Now I only needed one to repair this power supply over here. I actually just did a live stream on this yesterday, repairing this power supply. It's I don't know, 50% repaired, right? So that part which I've got here, these HCNRs 200s, that was what was wrong. Well, one of the faults with this power supply, which is the device right there. So I've already replaced that yesterday when I was doing the live stream, and I was recording footage too for a repair video. I'm not sure which sequence they're going to come out, and you might have already seen it. You may not. You may have seen it soon. I'm not quite sure which way it's going to go. So that's one of the parts that was wrong, and I've also got another fault with this I'm waiting for parts for. So anyway, so I don't actually need these now, but at least now I've got a whole bunch of them. So if I get another device which uses the same part, I don't have to worry about, you know, having stock, because I've got a bunch of the things. See what's in here. Looks very Apple-like. Is it a screen? Yes, it is a screen. I think. Or is it battery? It says larger capacity, so I'm guessing that means battery. Let's have a look. I think this is the battery for my phone. Obviously it's not an Apple original because you just can't get the things, you know. If Apple sold these batteries, right, if Apple sold them, I would buy them from Apple. So they're actually missing out on a huge market of aftermarket stuff, you know. Anyway, that's just my man. Apple will be stupid. So this is for the iPhone 6s. So yeah, that's right. This is a new battery for my phone. My phone battery is actually on the list. I'm going to rant about this too. Now, the iPhone 6s had an issue with the batteries on a certain batch, right? And they're known to be defective. And I did a recall on for free replacement, and that was no problem, right? However, where I am, I cannot get them replaced. So the problem I've got is the nearest place which will service my phone is about 2 hours drive away. Right? So it's hardly a free replacement. If I have to drive 4 hours plus waiting time for them to do it, that's not a free replacement. So I actually got into contact with Apple, you know, and the customer service side, and said, look, I'm capable of repairing it myself. I can very easily do this myself. Just send me the part. And I had all sorts of issues, and it looked like they were gonna do it via their service agent, and then that kind of just stopped. They didn't reply to emails. It's like, well, thanks for the free battery replacement on your faulty batteries. Thanks a lot, Apple. That was great. So I end up having no support instead of actually having it replaced under warranty, because, you know, why would they back up their products properly? You know, it's not my fault there's no Apple store here. That's not my fault. Anyway, ranting. So, right, so I know I've got this dodgy battery which has got a capacity fault, and I've been putting up with it for a while, and it started getting a bit annoying. I'm having to charge it a couple of times a day now. So I was like, oh, that's it, I've had enough. So I bought a aftermarket battery to go in it. So yeah, you know, I shouldn't have had to buy a battery for it, but I've had the phone for a couple of years now, so it really is done alright for a faulty battery. When I replace a battery, I'll do a video. I'm opening the thing up, putting a new battery in. You've got these strips here, which are adhesive strips, so you put those in there to stick the battery down. And also you got a little repair kit. These are not the screwdrivers which were in the picture, which is a shame, which is why I actually went for this particular listing, because the screwdrivers they had looked like quite nice screwdrivers, but these are some cheap crappy things which are really not worth keeping. Anyway, never mind. Right, let's open this up. I'm actually intrigued about what this is, because it's quite interesting. I'm not quite sure what it actually is. I don't remember. I've obviously purchased something I've completely forgotten about it, but that happens a bit actually. Now I know what it is. Okay, that's fine. So this is actually a very similar set to one I've already got. At least it's in the same style. I'll get them out in a second and show you. So this is a hex driver set. Alright, so there you go. So it's just hexagonal nut drivers, different sizes. And this is magnetic, are they? Don't think they are. Maybe they, if you have a magnet, it will stick to it. Oh, I don't have one right here, so I'm not going to worry about it. But okay, it's a nice grip on there. Actually, it's a nice rubberized grip, over molded. So you got a solid plastic in there with a rubber outer. That's solid plastic there. So that's all interwoven, which is great. That's a nice solid grip, I like that. That's an 8mm, but 8mm nut drive. What else we got? So 8mm, 9mm, 7. Oh, yeah, a sequence that's going to throw me, isn't it? 4.5, 4, 3, 5, 5.5, and 6. Right. So cool. So that's that set. Now that's very similar to what I've got already, which I'll, once I find it, I'll show you it. Yeah, so this is my set of standard screwdrivers. Okay, so as you can see, it's very similar design. It's actually the same, exactly the same case. Right. Screwdrivers themselves are different, but you know, are these the same brand? Yeah, they are, same brand. So Pengong. Oh, anyway, so actually, it's quite nice having stuff which actually matches. So these will definitely come in handy when you're pulling bits of equipment apart and you've got like a deep hole, you've got to try and get into a nut and stuff like that. Instead of trying to get into a pair of needle nose pliers, you can give a nut driver. I'm going to get some of these for a while.